I hope the previous lesson on power sharing is vivid to you. Now let us get started with the second lesson of politics, that is federalism. Let me again remind you of Belgium, where we had seen that changes were made in the constitution of Belgium to reduce the power of the central government and was given to the regional government or the provincial government. So we are seeing that unitary form of government is shifted to federal form of government. This word federalism is derived from a Latin word fodus, which means a compact or an agreement. We can define federalism as a system of government in which the power is divided between the central authority and the various constituent units. As you can see in this slide, there is division of power. The central government is sharing or dividing the power with the state government. Also remember that both these levels of government, they enjoy their power independent of the other. Usually, a federal government has two levels of government. One is the government for the entire country, that is usually responsible for a few subjects of common national interest. The others are government at the level of provinces or states that look after much of the day-to-day administering of their state. And again, I'm reminding you that both the levels of government enjoy their power. The chapter which we are learning is about federalism. It's a system of government in which the power is divided between the central authority and. In this slide, you can see the federal countries of the world. They are marked in green. 25 countries of the world. Only 25 of the world's 192 countries have federal political system. You have just now learned that federalism is derived from a Latin word. You have also come across the definition of federalism. Let's now go through the features of federalism. Firstly, you know that there are two or more levels or tiers of government. Second feature is that different tiers or levels of government, they are governing the same citizens, but each tier has its own jurisdiction. Now, what is the meaning of this word jurisdiction? The geographical area over which someone has a legal authority. Where is the jurisdiction of the respective levels specified? It is specified in the Constitution. So we can say it is constitutionally guaranteed. The feature is that the fundamental provisions of the Constitution cannot be unilaterally changed by one level of government. I emphasize on the word unilaterally changed by one level of government. Such changes, it requires the consent of both the levels of government. So what is the feature we have studied? The fundamental provisions of the Constitution cannot be unilaterally changed. Unilaterally changed by one level of government. The central government will have to ask the regional government and the local government. The other feature is that our judiciary or the courts have the power to interpret the constitution and the powers of different levels between the different levels of government. You know, the highest court, that is our Supreme Court, acts as an umpire if dispute arise between the different levels of government in the exercise of their respective powers. So Supreme Court's decision is final.